Yeah, it was a good
Ready.
story.
Are you kidding me? I was born ready. Wait, isn't that what you should say?
Man, am I glad to see you.
Yeah, I don't know. It does feel a little bit weird. The Halo Far Cry thing. Um, just kind of everything about
Moving
it
up.
felt a little off, to be honest. It's just not quite right. It feels like we feels like we didn't just play like a Halo game, to be honest. Feels like some other. It felt like Destiny a little bit, which is unfortunate because Destiny is not the best. Yeah, yeah, it felt like Destiny in a weird sort of way. Um, the villain definitely felt like Gaul from Destiny 2, which is not a compliment. Um, yeah, the main villain was not good. The Harbinger was not good. I wish they would have explained what the Endless were instead of just
I like
they're bad. We want to stop them. Um, I don't know. I feel like they're leaving a lot open for the DLCs. Um, yeah, I don't know if I like that, to be honest. It's kind of bleh. Like, eh. Will I play story expansions for
ready.
Halo Infinite? I don't know.
On your
Do I
six.
even really like Halo Infinite that much? I don't know. Do I like the multiplayer that much? No, not really. It's not, you know, Battlefield 4. That's kind of my comfort game still in terms of multiplayer. So this isn't my comfort game. It's not, you know, it's a complicated game and it feels very underwhelming. They killed Cortana off screen. They tried to kill Atriox off screen. If they bring back Cortana now,
We're with
okay,
you,
that was
Chief.
weird.
Copy that.
It's gonna be, it's gonna feel really, it's gonna feel like this game had no purpose. Honestly, it already feels like Halo 5 had no purpose, considering the Guardians were only used once and then never brought up again. They took out Doisak and Sydney on Earth. I feel like we should have fought them, or they should have shown up here. I feel like on Zeta Halo, or on the new Halo ring that Professor Anders constructed on the Ark in Halo Wars 2, there was a Guardian there. I feel like we could have talked about that. I feel like maybe there should have been some continuation there. Maybe they're waiting. I don't know. I would have wanted something more conclusive. I wanted a story where Chief and this Cortana robot, where Cortana and the Banished have taken out most of the UNSC, and Master Chief has to die. Like, he gets killed.
When Esheron came. I'm ready for some payback.
um, where Master Chief dies at the end, and there's a satisfying conclusion. Is that what we got? No. Well, is this a conclusion? No, probably not. It's a game. It's going to be open world, and I've heard things about they're going to keep expanding it like a Destiny or a Far Cry. And I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, I think it is kind of weird, and I'm not the biggest fan. Master Chief was better. Much better written. It was nice to see him be vulnerable. A little bit. It was... When he said, no, I'm not okay, that was a big step.
Let's move, Marines.
And it was pretty good. It was a pretty good story, but it's not, you know,
I can use this.
it's not... It feels like it's missing something, you know? Like, there is something definitively wrong with this that makes it not feel like Halo. In a similar vein to how Halo 5 didn't really feel like Halo. I would give this, because the writing... Alright, the writing wasn't bad. Like it was in Halo 5. There was no, like, mega horrendous writing type shit. There was no Lock and Chief fight. There was no, Jewel M... Well, there was a couple Jewel M. Dama type characters. Yeah. Villains sucked, but that's nothing new for 343 Halo. The Warden Eternal and the Didact are better villains than the Harbinger. That really sucks, because at least we knew what their MacGuffins were, like what they wanted with their MacGuffins. We don't know what the Endless is. We don't know if it's an army. We don't know if it's like the precursors or what. I don't know. And I don't think 343 even fucking knows at this point. I think they're just making shit up as they go along because they want to keep making money and they want to keep justifying their company's existence, which makes sense. You know, Microsoft is telling them, hey, you can't quit now. We let you make an entire company based on Halo. Why are we going to let you quit now? You know, this one, everyone thinks it's a redemption, you know, and why would we want to let that end? I don't know. But what I do know is that, you know, it's competent enough. Multiplayer's fun. If not a little anemic in terms of selection. You know, it still feels like there's a similar number of vehicles in this to Halo Reach, and that's not a good thing because Halo Reach came out 10 years ago. Yeah, it just feels a little anemic and a little slimmed down, but I guess that's because most of it is spent on this open world. But I don't think there's enough sandbox elements to make this open world be anything special. And I don't think the sandbox elements we do have jive with an open world thing. But maybe they do, I don't know. Because I didn't feel all that satisfied with the linear levels and shit. So maybe I'll like them more in this, but I don't know. I might continue playing it, you know, off stream, see how far I can get before I really want to get rid of it. It's not that big of a game, and it's on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, it is available to you at no extra cost. So if you really want it, go play it. Yeah. 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 I'm trying not to do spoilers in this, but, you know, that's kind of the, you know, that's kind of, like, I just beat the game, so it's kind of hard to tell, you know, it's hard to remember, like, which ones are spoilers and which ones aren't. Here's my, yeah, so here's my spoiler-free review. It's on Game Pass, so it's cheap. Like it's available to you cheaply if you want to play it. Story's a little bit lackluster. Characters are good, if a little lacking. Not a lot of payoff for things in Halo 5. Basically, almost a retcon. That's about as spoiler free as I can get in terms of story details. Guns are a little lacking. Vehicles are a little lacking. They focused not a lot on the. They focused on a different kind of sandbox. Instead of the sandbox of, you know, guns and vehicles, they focused on a different kind of sandbox. You know, you know. But yeah. So again, spoiler. That's about as spoiler-free as it can get. I would say definitely the multiplayer is better than the story. So if you're gonna get it, play the multiplayer. Have fun. Have a blast. It's frenetic, fast-paced, fun. Yeah. Yeah. That's about all I can say. Is. Yeah, not a lot of payoff for things. Felt kind of dissatisfying. Maybe that's because of the lack of music, but some moments hit a lot harder with no music. I turned it off because, you know, copyright. But, you know, that's kind of... That's just me. I might replay it at some point with music on, but I'm not sure. I might replay it with my friend when the thing comes out. When the multiplayer campaign update comes out. I would say, oh yeah, an issue I had was it did keep crashing. So, maybe, even in the story mode. So, if you want to, I would say avoid... Maybe let the game come out with a couple updates first. You know, the multiplayer campaign, just some day one patches, just some patches, and glitch fixes and all that, and then some more content to come out, like the multiplayer campaign thing, before you really try it. But you know, this is day one. They wouldn't even let us preload it. That's how committed they were to making it good. You know, they've delayed it so many times. You know, it should have been full product when it came out, so it is kind of ridiculous that it's not. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Yeah. Yeah. So... yeah, just felt a little bit dissatisfying. But again, it's probably the lack of music. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't feel like a waste of time or anything like that. I don't regret playing it. I just feel like a little disappointing after all the years we've been waiting. But I guess I'll play the next one. So, yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.